It's like, you wouldn't do a surgery to yourself. If you need a surgery, you have to go to a doctor and surgeon to get it done. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's really important to invest in someone who knows what they're doing, and that way you can actually get something out of it. It might be more initially, but if you look at, again, the return that you're going to get from investing into something like that will be much greater than trying to do it yourself and just kind of guesswork, and it's expensive to not get results on social media. So you really need to make sure, if you don't know what you're doing, outsource it and actually get something from it.
Hi, I am Serdar Kabul. I'm a business broker operating in New Zealand. Welcome to my podcast, 5 Reasons Business Podcast, where I met with SME owners, small to medium-sized business owners, and I share their journey into the business and understand what sort of services they provide and share that knowledge with the wider public. And also, we would like to share 5 key reasons why people need to use their services or buy their products. So today we have a guest who is Shivain Sethi. He is the owner of Social Magnet, and he has been operating a successful digital marketing agency, and he's pretty good at what he does. So we have here him. He's going to talk about his services, how he helps businesses to scale up, grow, and constantly gain customers. So welcome, Sethi.
Thank you so much. Good to have you here. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. And tell me more about your journey into getting into podcasting. What got you into it, and what made you want to start? Tell me about that.
As you know, even this is my second podcast, and I have the privilege to have you here. Thanks very much for coming. And as you know, this I'm still in the process of setting things up. Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't be telling, but it took probably about an hour just to get to this stage. As you know, we put the lights in and adjust everything. But thanks for your patience and help as well. And I like the idea of we sit next to each other.
I think this is better. Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Works better. Okay, so my main reason to get into this, I've been networking over the years. For the last 5 years, I'm heavily networking, and I like building relationships. And part of my business is all about building relationships, because I'm not in a business of a hard sale. I'm not in a business like you go in the morning and the customer comes in, let's say buys the product or the services, and then you close the deal in an hour or 2 hours. It's not a sales like that. It's more like a building relationship and understanding your client's needs, understanding them and helping them throughout the process until actually they need your services. So, and what I find is, and this is part of what I do, and I meet with business owners all the time, as you do as well, you're a networker too. So what I thought is, when we are doing these catch-ups, and I do this sort of catch-ups maybe once or twice a week, maybe I should do more, but as much as I can. So what I thought is, why not we catch up and then we just record it, and we talk about how we talk about in our one-to-ones, and we share that knowledge, we share each other with the wider public on social media, and let people know what we talked about it. And it's always there is something to learn more about the person or the business owner or the business, what they do. And I thought it would be a great idea. So why not we
Love it.
I take this one as a catch up. Catch up, how Shivain, how is going, how is business? And we are recording, we are sharing our conversation with the wider public, so people can utilize that and get the necessary information to understand more about how we work and if this sort of services can be beneficial for the people who are watching us 100%. As well.
Yes, I agree. And that's actually how we met, through BNI, so pretty cool. I remember our first one-to-one, it's supposed to be an hour meeting, but it turned out to be, I think, nearly 2 hours, and time flies when you've kind of got into a conversation and you can relate well with each other, and before you know it, it's been like 2 hours. So it was really inspiring meeting with you and learning about your journey, and it's really important for me as someone who's young and getting into business to learn from people like you who are successful and have been in business for multiple years. So I felt like I walked out of that meeting with a lot of knowledge, and not just knowledge, but also the energy that you give off is really contagious. And, you know, I need that. It's hard to find. So BNI has been great for that. And I'm still a BNI member as well.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I needed to, I needed in my life, because as a self-employed business owner, it's a quite lonely journey. You know, I came from a full-time job where I was working, like I see, like, you know, 30, 40 people daily, and, you know, you have all these conversations, and then you're going straight to just you in an office, you know, so I definitely felt like it was a bit of like a lonely world, no one to talk about, you know, even like discuss, you know, issues, problems, or just general life, you know, so I think joining BNI gave me that,
I think
filled that gap for me of, you know, having a network and having, you know, people there with, especially with like within different professions, you know, so if I need a business broker, you know, first choice right here, and, you know, if I need an accountant over there, even if, you know, I want someone to paint my house, you know, I know someone, so I think it's definitely something, not just BNI, but any business networking, I think is essential for young business owners or any business owners. Yes.
I think it's a great point. Exactly, that's how I think as well. Because business ownership, you take everything on yourself, all the responsibilities rely on you. And I totally relate that, like in an office environment when you are working, like you interact with all your colleagues all the time, you are working in the same environment, so there's more social, I guess, the activities involved. But when you're a business owner, even though you have staff working with you, but it's just not the same, isn't it? It's not, like you have to.
Yeah, at the moment I am solo by myself, self-employed, so I don't even have staff working for me yet. So you know, it's really just me. And that's when it gets tougher, because I need someone who's like, you know, there and just talk, and you know, you were definitely one of those people who I could reach out to with any problems I had, and still do. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. It's always good to have good people around you.
100%.
You know? And same here. What you mentioned, that you learn a lot and took away a lot from our first meeting, and I took away a lot from that meeting as well, because I'm always inspired for young entrepreneurs get into business and create something. And it works. I'm really impressed by it, because it's a hard work. Like especially when you are young, you don't want to go through that hard work. I mean, maybe a little bit later in the life, you want to do something different. But when you are in early 20s, you just want to enjoy the life and don't want to go through the hard work of setting up a business and all these business ownership responsibilities. So, and when you do it, it impresses me, and you done that, and you went through that, and you have been still going through that, and you created something from scratch. It is working, and you provide your services, provide growth for your customers. So I think that's alone as a success story, and it's a lot of to take away from an experienced business owner, to see that passion and drive and get inspired by it as well. So I think we influence each other after that meeting.
Thank you so much.
It's always good to catch up with you as well. So my energy level goes up. I feel more driven. I feel like I need to do more. So
likewise.
It's always good to have that energy as well. I got obviously some set of questions here, but we'll just go normal one-to-one. What we do, but just to get the conversation flow nicely, I'm going to ask you a few questions here. I think that's important for people to understand what sort of services you provide and how it works as well. So your journey into the digital marketing, because you've done a few other things in the past, and you have been running your digital marketing for the last 2-3 years.
It's been April this year will be 3 years.
Okay,
so
3 years.
it's been a decent amount of time now. Time flies when you're having fun, right? But so how I started was in 2021, COVID year. I was working full time, and I was also in my last year of university, Bachelor of Commerce, Auckland University, majoring in marketing and management.
Okay,
my last course was actually a digital marketing course, and that was a brand new course, and I was always attracted to like the advertising space, and particularly in the digital space, because I knew like this was the future. You know, every day you're seeing more advancements and more opportunities in that space, and it's something that stood out to me. So when they launched a digital marketing paper as part of the marketing course, I was all for it, you know, and I was excited, you know. There's not many things at uni that was super exciting, to be honest, but digital marketing is one that definitely stood out to me. So while I was doing that paper, there was a group project. There was around 35 groups in that paper, and every group has around 5 people. And the goal of that project was you choose a business and you basically do their digital marketing strategy, and you break down all your reasoning and every single element behind it, like the copywriting, the whole strategy behind it, and also like why you're sending them to this destination. You know, what's your reasoning behind the message you're putting out there? What's your offer? What's your lead magnet? And basically, you just break down all the elements and present it in a group project. And I actually chose the business that I was working at the time, and the reason behind that is because, you know, when you're working in a business, you really have deeper insights into, you know, how the business actually operates, and you know what the competitive advantages are. You know what makes that business special, and why, you know, members of the public should engage with your business. So I think that gave me an edge to, you know, do a bit more than the other groups, because I actually had that hands-on knowledge of, you know, being in the battlefield and being on the desk, you know, doing what I was doing. Anyway, long story short, I was the leader of my group, and we ended up winning that project. So we're number one. We won. Yeah, so we're number one out of 35, around 35 groups.
That's impressive. Yeah.
It was basically just my method of thinking was, I was just focused on the consumer, you know, like what do people want to see? I don't want to talk much about like the brand and, you know, a lot about like, you know, this is what we do, this is what we provide. Obviously you have to cover that, but the main emphasis was on the experience and the benefits that, you know, the prospect or the person on the other side will get from choosing this brand, you know. So I wanted to really focus on what people want to see, because leads are people, you know, and I generate leads, and my job is to first step of my process is to understand the market, understand people, what they want to see, and what would make them take action, you know. So I really dived
reach
deep.
the people, right?
Yeah, definitely people, and I dived into that aspect of it, and that was the majority of my justification was to say, you know, this is the reasoning behind it, because I feel like this people in this market will want to see this, and they will react to it, you know, and they would respond. And there was a lot of different other elements, like the content, everything should be on point. And we ended up winning, which I was stoked about. But
and then you thought, I'm a digital marketer.
So then I was like, hey, like, you know, and that was, got quite a good top grade in that due to that. And for me, that just told me that, hey, there's something here, you know, there must be something here that, you know, I can take forward, because, you know, at uni, you're kind of doing a lot of different things, you know, you're like jack of all trades, but you're not really, you know, a master of one. So even within digital marketing, there's a lot of different elements, you know, but I really like the Facebook, Instagram, Google ads side of it. So now it's meta ads is Google and, Instagram and Facebook is meta ads now, and Google as well. So that's something that I wanted to take forward and see if I can, you know, help the business I was actually working at, which I used as a case study. So I was quite close with the owner of that business, and I showed him, you know, my result and the project, and he was like, hey, like, why don't you actually put this into action, you know, why don't you try and do it like with us? And I was like,
happy to be your tester.
I mean, like I said, you know, if you want to, then 100%, let's do it, let's take it forward. And so I did my first campaign at that business, and it was a lead generation campaign. So we're trying to get more leads and more conversions that lead towards that. So and the first campaign actually ended up doing much better than I thought. You know, we're getting a few leads daily, and a decent percentage of them was actually converting. And then I got more of an understanding of how to get a return on your investment. You know, say you're spending like X amount daily, but you're getting 5-10x that if you look at the lifetime value of a customer, or even the immediate return you get from
you
it.
need to look
in some
at
cases.
long term, right?
For sure. A lot of business owners.
It's not like you advertise, you run a campaign today, and then next day,
no.
everybody knocking your door. I want your business. I want your services.
So it's about understanding that you know, you have to look at the return on. Depends on your business. You know, some businesses, if you're selling a product, you know, you will get a direct return on that investment. But if you're selling a service or a subscription, you have to look at like the reoccurring revenue and the lifetime value of that customer to measure your return. But yeah, back to that my first campaign that I did with this business performed well. So I was stoked. It was only like a week or two, but we know you got some decent results, and the owner of the business was quite impressed as well. And he actually owned, so it was a franchise business, and he actually owned 2 other franchise sites within that business. And he asked me if I'd like to, you know, take those on as well. And lockdown, lockdown happened. So this was, I think around mid to end 2021. I think September was the last lockdown. And that's when, you know, you're at home, you have nothing to do. It was level 4 lockdown as well, all of a sudden. And then that's when Social Magnet was born. That's when I kind of, I was like, you know, I should make something out of this. You know, there's an opportunity here. And I was always looking for opportunities to do my own thing. You know, I've always been passionate about, you know, doing something for myself. And I love the freedom aspect of like an online business as well. And yeah, I just thought like if I'm going to, you know, work towards something, I might as well work towards something of my own and, you know, give it a shot while I can. You know, I didn't have any like liabilities, and actually the barriers to entry of an online business are quite low as well, you know, like you don't have to get an office space straight away. For example, if you're like opening a restaurant, you know, you have to get a lease, you know, you have to really
fit out
commit to it, and you have to spend a lot to get it started.
Employ people.
Employ people as well. And with an online business, there's really like lower barriers to entry. I think a lot of people have the impression that you know, to start a business you have to like invest like thousands, you know, but with an online business, really, like when I started, it was just a Meta Ads account. You've got a Canva profile for your, you know, invested in a good camera as well for the content. And a lot of my main investment was in courses, actually learning, you know, learning by myself. Because at uni, as I said, like you're a jack of all trades. They teach you, even a digital marketing course, you know, there was email, there was copywriting, Meta Ads, Facebook ads, content. There's a lot of different elements, but I'd never really felt like I was a professional in any of them. So I dived deep into the Meta Ads aspect of it, and that was my first like main focus: Facebook ads, Instagram ads, particularly lead generation ads. And yeah, during lockdown, that was my full-time job, just learning how to, you know, do that. And so when, you know, we came out of lockdown, I think it was only 2 weeks, but I felt like I was, you know, much more equipped. But I kept learning.
I guess it's like, it's not quite restaurant. You have to find the lease premise and start paying rent and hire people and fit out all this investment costs. But on the other hand, you actually a lot of intangible investment. You need to know exactly what you are doing. You need to understand how the dynamics work online. You need to understand. You need to be able to read the online analytics, sales.
100%.
Trends.
There's a lot to it.
You need to know all this. So maybe it's not tangible aspect of it, like some of the other businesses, but there is an intangible aspect of of investment, isn't it?
It is. 100%. But yeah, just, you know, with every campaign I did, I became a better marketer. And, you know, you can do like 100 courses, but the real learning is done when you're in the battlefield. You know, when you really start running ads and you see what works, what doesn't work, from trial and error. That's where the real learning is done. And I take this back to something from, I did kickboxing for about 5-6 years in my high school years, and there was something.
I hope I don't get you upset in this podcast.
There was something that my coach told me at the time. He said, like, you can do all the pad work and bag work that you want, right? You can sharpen up all the tools all you like, but the real learning is done when you're sparring. You know, when you're actually in combat. So
true.
I think that the same goes to business. You know, you can learn all you want.
You got the hassle to learn.
Yeah, you know, you can learn all your life, but until you really get into it and, you know, start going into that battlefield and start running campaigns, that's where the true learning is done.
100%. 100%.
And yeah, it's still to this
in theory is different.
To this day, I think I improve with every campaign, and it's been quite a good journey, and I've managed to get some great return on investment for a lot of businesses, and that's what fulfills me as well, to be able to actually, like, you know, make businesses 5, 10, sometimes even 50x of what they're investing, you know. So yeah, that's a
great
little bit of a journey for you.
Nice. Nice. It is inspiring, because from scratch you put your head and heart into it, and then from there it's just ticking all the boxes and then just growing and achieving the 10x, 50x for your clients. It's all about it. Like, I think it's DNA in this day and age, it's all about results.
Yeah.
It's not maybe in the olden days, like, people were focusing on you have to have like this sort of experience, you need to have all this equipment, you need to have all sorts of things before actually they want your services. But in this day and age, it's a very fast-paced and very speedy environment.
Result-orientated, yes.
So it's everything, I think, is more result-orientated. Nobody, I don't think, like, if I hire someone, like, I am like looking at it, can you achieve this result or not? If you can, that's it. You got my business. Other things doesn't matter.
Yeah, this would be.
You are young, old, you know, from somewhere, and you have the equipment. You don't have the equipment. I don't care. Can you achieve it or not? This is what I want. And if you say, if I know you can, that's all matters for me.
I think that's just what being young. I was 22 years old, 21 when I launched the business, and 22 when I really started, you know, growing. And I think my first few clients definitely were like, "Are you qualified?" And that's when, you know, I have a degree in marketing, so that was kind of where, you know, that gives them assurance that, you know, I was qualified. But to be honest, my main learning was done from the courses I did by myself and the learning I did from just running campaigns, you know. But eventually, like, no one really asked that. I just send them my case studies and results, and then a degree doesn't matter, you know. So it just matters if you can provide results and get them, you know, the return on investment. So
that's right. I mean, it's I think university and degree, all this is good stuff. It is. I think it's a journey for people to understand where they are going to, and not always that because you study that and you are gonna be the master of it. I mean, I have an engineering degree. I am a business broker, so it's just that life takes you to completely different places. You never know. But at the same time, I get a lot of benefits of having that degree, because I am selling manufacturing engineering businesses. I can get my head around the technicality of the stuff, concepts, even though I don't know how it works, but I can quickly grab and understand what's going on. Well, that's great. Shivain, what is, I guess, you talked about founder of Social Magnet, and so you created the business, you are successful running it, helping your clients. So what is the mission of Social Magnet? What is your vision in the business?
Yeah, so at the beginning, my vision was always providing a more like affordable service that more like small to medium businesses can afford as well, you know, because a lot of the bigger agencies in New Zealand, there's a lot of big agencies, but there's not many agencies that help small businesses, you know. So I wanted to be the one who fills that gap of being there on a personal level for smaller businesses who need the service too, but may not have like thousands of dollars to spend, you know, and still need that to kind of compete in the market. And it's just something that's essential now. You need to have a digital presence, and you need to be making the most of, you know, the ad tools that you have available now, because they do work if done properly. You know, you will get a return. And I just wanted to help those smaller businesses who don't have crazy budgets actually like get results and get a return and understand how it works as well, because I feel like a lot of people are lost in this space, you know. So I wanted to actually be there to educate as well and have some transparency on how everything works. And I guess that's my mission, to help more like smaller businesses.
Right. Great. Thanks, Shivain. That's great. I think it's always the businesses have a good mission and vision. Always does well and becomes successful. And it's good to hear about social marketing as mission and vision. And my another question to you is, I think the digital marketing, especially the technology space, is a fast changing environment. Like every day, every second,
every second.
It's incredible, especially what happens in AI and all this stuff. And looks like the future looks quite different than how it is today. So my question is, what are the current trends and changes in the digital marketing or in general marketing industry for business, especially for business to utilize?
I think in just a recent year or two, we've had a big rise in the use of video, you know, with the rise of TikTok and Instagram Reels and even like Snapchat Reels now. And there's a lot of the short, punchy videos, you know, that's what's really trending right now. And we've had a rise of that in recent years. And it's what works. Like videos always outperform graphics, like 70% of the time. A video that's engaging and, you know, has the right elements will outperform, you know, any graphics. So I think that's one of the biggest trends, is moving towards video, you know. And if your business isn't using video right now, I think you should definitely incorporate it into your strategy.
Okay, awesome.
And of course, this big scary AI, right? I think instead of being like scared of AI, like a lot of people have that impression that, you know, it's going to steal my job and you know, all this. But I think you should actually look into it as an advantage. You know, there's a lot of tools that can actually help you increase your own output. You know, it's not going to steal your job. You know, so not anytime soon, anyway.
No.
But I think we should utilize what we have, because there's so many tools now to do things faster, right? You shouldn't rely completely on it, but I think just using it to, you know, even improve your own output and your quality of work. You know, you shouldn't 100% use exactly what AI provides for you, but you should use the basics of it and build up on your own understanding and take that forward. But I think, don't be scared of it, but embrace it, because it's something that is coming. We can't stop. And I think we should, look at it in a positive lens.
That's right. I think it's. I think they're exactly the same. I think AI shouldn't be a scarcity. AI is something to embrace and something to use, and something. I think for me, how I see AI is a tool.
It's a tool.
It's like all these tools I can utilize, and I can make my work smarter, and then utilize these tools, and I can be more productive. And AI, I see AI is like a helping tool, basically helping me. Like these days, I am using this AI called Read AI, and it's incredible what it does. Like literally, it connects all my meetings as my assistant, and then take all the meeting notes.
Oh wow!
And
from
then take
just like from a Zoom meeting.
Exactly. Zoom meeting, Teams meeting, and take all the AI, the meeting notes and highlights, and then create a whole
highlights, like key points.
Exactly,
as well.
key points, and the key points of the meeting is like a short of the video. Let's say I'm talking about the financials of the business at the meeting, and that's a highlighted point, because we mostly talk about that. Then the AI says you talk 90% of financials in the meeting. And then it says, okay, this is the highlights of it, and this is the part you were highlighting, certain parts of the conversation. It's just incredible. Like literally, you can't have a better assistant than AI itself. So some of the tools are really smart and really helps, and also enhance what I do. It's like a power tool,
right? Yeah,
exactly. It's like putting a nitrogen in your car.
It's a growth hack.
Faster.
Yeah, it's a growth hack.
Exactly.
Yeah, who's going to do that for you? You can't really pay anyone local to summarize your Zoom meeting for you and take snippets of it. So I think it's something that we need to embrace and make the most of.
True.
I think a lot of people. ChatGPT. Yeah. So I use it for generating ideas. Sometimes other digital marketers will be able to relate. Writing copy for a brand. And you just kind of sometimes just like, what do I say? Sometimes you just have that brain cloud. But what I do is like, you can have GPT write you 10 variations of that copy. And I never copy that because it's not, you can tell straight away it's a robot, So I like to make my copy real casual and have that human touch to it. So instead of, copying it, and a lot of businesses right now, a lot of digital marketers are just copy pasting that, and you can tell straight away. You can tell straight away.
Content.
So I definitely avoid doing that and add my own touch to it. But what it helps me with is just generating ideas. Out of those 10 variations, there might be like key points in every one of them that I put together and have my own version of it. And I wouldn't have thought of that that quickly. So again, it helps me do my job better and have more ideas to play with, and click of a button, you just straight away.
True.
So I think we should definitely utilize what we have right now and not kind of just try to avoid it or run away from it because
I don't think you can.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Don't think you can. There's no way you can run away. I mean, whoever wants to run away from it probably will stay behind.
Yeah, that's a key point. I think Soda is you have to keep up with it, or you are going to fall behind, right? So
exactly.
Because there's more and more people are using it now, and
that's right.
As we go into 2024, I think it's by the end of this year, it's going to be even more advanced, and there's a lot more tools that are going to pop up as well. So
ChatGPT at the moment, what it does is, like, it started last year. It's just a text. You just write something and it answers you. It's like a chat. That's why I think it's called ChatGPT. You can chat like a human-like chat. And now you can even create Excel spreadsheets, Word, PDF, images, and then you can upload an Excel spreadsheet. Like literally I did the other day. It's a massive Excel spreadsheet, lots of data. And I said, like, you need to literally create formulas like manually to be able to analyze the whole Excel spreadsheet. And I just tell the ChatGPT, I said, I don't need to know any formulas. I don't need to know anything about Excel. All I need to know the language. As long as I can write in English or any other language. ChatGPT knows all the other languages as well. As long as I write it, I can write and read. That's how simple to use that machine.
Exactly.
That's and I said, can you analyze this, and make a list of for me from that? It took me 1 minute. 1 minute, I got the whole summary of the massive Excel spreadsheet, which will take me probably minimum of 5-6 hours to get it done.
Now you have
5-6 hours to 1 minute.
You have 5-6 hours now to focus more on your business and do what you need to do. So
it's impressive. It's impressive, and it is there. I think it is unavoidable. It is like an internet. When internet first came in, some people wanted to avoid, but it is like, I don't think anybody survives these days without internet.
No, not at all. I think
everybody in our life.
I think it is going to be that next internet. So I think the early settlers will definitely benefit from it as well. If you learn a lot more than the general public, I think there'll also be some opportunities to monetize it maybe. So I think, definitely whoever's not looking into these tools right now should 100% be diving in and, making the most of their day.
True.
And spending 1 minute on a 5-hour task, right?
Exactly. That's the way to go. Cool. And what sort of challenges you see in digital marketing? What sort of challenges you face in general?
In general, I think, as you said, like every day there's some changes. So keeping up with trends, keeping up with even like the privacy. I think in recent years, like the world has got just a bit more sensitive with everything, you know. So the privacy and what you say online and how you kind of do things is really important now. So you need to be really careful with certain things.
True.
That would be one of the main challenges that I face right now. Is just
100%,
being really careful what you say and making sure you don't breach anything.
100%. I think these privacy acts and all the stuff these days, it's incredible. Like it's just getting more and more. I think the more AI come into our life, the more privacy issues raising as well.
Good point.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. We just need to, I guess, follow what we need to do.
Yeah.
Cool. And what are the effective strategies you apply when it comes to digital marketing?
Yeah, back to understanding your buyer persona. You know, who is the ideal customer that you are marketing to, and understanding every single pain point that they may have. You know, something. Also diving deep into your competitors and seeing are they happy being with your competitors? You know, what may be the pain points and what's your unique selling point compared to maybe your competitor, and targeting that and getting that message out there that, you know, and focusing on also the benefits and the experience that you're selling. You know, what do you get from, you know, this service that you may not get from another? And if you identify like a key pain point of your buyer persona, you can dive deep into that and say, like, you know, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You know, our service will take care of that, you know. So really diving into your consumer and your ideal buyer persona and understanding them to like an extreme level, you know. You should know, you know, what radio station they listen to, you know, where they shop, you know, where they eat, and all these little things actually help you really understand them on a micro level, and that in turn does perform well. You know, it performs much better than, you know, just talking about just your business. But you need to have a human lens on your marketing approach and really understand, you know, what does this human want to see and what do you think will make them take action and go from there. So
awesome. Yeah.
I think being human is really important. And back to AI, can't really do that, you know, it can't be human. So I think that's something that will never be replaced, that human connection and
definitely.
Really understanding people on like a human level and using that approach. I think that's a key element of my approaches, just being very human and casual. And I found the more like casual I am in my like copywriting, for example, the better it performs. You know, no one wants to just have the bland marketing, like, you know, like buy this, you know, here's an offer or whatever. You need to really like, you can ask like questions, you know, like, for example, you can say like, have you been thinking about losing weight? Or, you know, do you want to become the best version of yourself this year, or something like that? Really like put them in a place where they imagine something, and that's the ideal outcome. And, you know, take them on a visual journey there, you know, and this is the end result. You know, focus on the end result of what this product or service will provide as compared to like just the outside, you know. So really take them on a journey of what benefits and what experiences they'll get from it. I think that works best. And that's been my main driver of success, I feel, is I really dive deep into understanding the market and what their pain points are, what they're looking for, and kind of see it from their lens and craft a strategy like that going forward. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. I like the idea that you actually work on understanding your customer first, what sort of business they do and what their target market is, and understanding the target market so you can create a strategy around it. So how you approach the target market can create your increase your success rate of obtaining customers for your client. So I think that should be the way to go. But I don't think there are. I don't think it's like that's the common concept in the market.
It's not. Yeah.
Because there are lots of generic advertising, and also lots of companies approaching it's just over the phone. They can do your digital marketing, but you never got that personal connection.
Yeah, I think
I find it's very important because you actually, if you know the market, if you know the business, if you know the target, what customers the business are obtaining, so you can really customize the whole thing and then approach that market. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like to, especially when I started, I think that was a key thing as well, that there's actually like a face behind the business. Usually when you work with agencies, especially the bigger ones, is really just have like a phone number and an email, right? There's no like someone that you actually know who's taking care of your marketing budget, and it requires a lot of trust in what we do. So, you really need to have someone who you can have a conversation with, call up, or, just meet in person. If with my Auckland clients, I love to meet up in person. And even when I'm like down, say in like Christchurch, I've met with like a client there, and I really like that relationship. I think relationship building is the number one key for retention, and
True.
if you build that relationship of trust, because I am spending your marketing budget on your behalf. So the number one thing is trust, right? That's I will, do my best and give my 100% and, actually get you something from that. So,
can we say that's your unique social magnet's unique way of selling?
That's definitely one of the reasons, of the 5 reasons.
Personalized service.
A personalized service, and definitely work on building that relationship and make sure everything is transparent and give you confidence that you're working with the right person.
Yeah, great. Sounds good. And how do you measure success, like when it comes to your clients?
So my main service is lead generation for service-based businesses. And with that, the immediate way to measure is your volume of leads, how many leads you're getting, what's the cost per lead. But the key element of success is obviously your conversions, because you can get 1,000 leads, but if you're only converting, say, 2 or 3 of them, you're not really doing much. So I also help with that conversion stage. So how you can nurture these leads and how you can, really follow up properly with them. And if the lead doesn't straight away convert, you have to have a proper process to nurture them and follow up and make sure you do the most that you can to get them to convert. And it's super important. The process of lead nurturing and what you do after you get that lead is probably more important than actually like generating all these leads, So
I think I like conversion rate much better than the lead, because 1 million lead I have doesn't mean anything to me.
Exactly.
If they are not qualified, maybe just
so
nothing.
Focus on the quality, improving the quality of the lead, and if you have high quality leads, you're going to have better conversion rates. And
that's right.
That's what moves the dial, right? It's the conversions, So
True.
I really am focusing more on like helping businesses get those conversions as well, not just the lead gen side of it, because I can generate leads, but I want to help businesses more with how to like convert them as well.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that sounds good. So what are the I guess some of the tips you can share with the audience about the social media? So if someone is watching, business owner, and wants to get into social media and do some more in social media to put their business in front of people, what would be the tips?
I think the first tip would be don't overcomplicate it. It might be like a big scary world if you've never done it before, but just keep it simple. Show your people. For example, if you're a painter, for example, show just before and after photos of your work. Simple as that. One picture before work, one picture after the job is completed. There's your content. So just be real raw with it and be human. Show your staff members, show your team. Really have that like human approach to it. I think that's a key. That's my number one word. Be human. So
that's right.
And that's what
especially
what works.
These days. You need more human.
And tip number 2 would be use video. So not just graphics and pictures, but also use a lot of video. So if you have someone in your team who's it's a real extrovert, loves talking, actually put them on camera and get them to get a return on investment from them.
Nice.
So
nice.
use your team, use your staff, and even just a business owner just by if you're a self-employed business owner, just get on camera and talk about your journey and just really like keep it simple. You don't need to dive deep into anything and say what you do, like we do in our BNI 60 seconds.
That's right.
Like 60 seconds about who you are, what you do, how you provide value, and how you can help others, what referrals you're looking for. So I think something as simple as that. You don't want to do videos that are too long as well, because people have a super short attention span now, especially with TikTok and Reels. If the first 5 seconds isn't engaging, they're just going to scroll past. So tip number 3 is make the first 5 seconds super engaging if you are going to do video. Even the first 2 seconds, I look at some of the video stats sometime, and if the first 2 seconds are engaging, people just scroll past. So you really need to make sure that you make your videos engaging as well.
Okay, that sounds good. Actually, you gave me that you gave me that advice as well for my videos, because I take videos for business listings, and almost for each business listing I take a video and talk about 5 reasons to sell. And I always used to use the intro at the very beginning. It takes about like a 5-6 seconds intro.
I told
and
you
then
that.
you told me, you said, like, people probably watch your intro and then doesn't watch even the video.
Now it's straight to your face, and it's like, here's 5 reasons why you should. And are you getting better?
I think I'm getting better engagement, more inquiries through the video ads as well. So thanks for that. It has been working really well. So it's a good tip.
And it's just small actionable steps, so and also don't be scared to invest into marketing. Like there's a lot of business owners who may have had bad experiences with agencies before, and I completely understand that. Like it happens. They make crazy promises, but fail to deliver. So there's a lot of under-delivered, or didn't really get any return from it, and that's what they based their impression of digital marketing for a lifetime. You just weren't dealing with the right person. So give it another shot if you have been through that, and also don't be afraid to just invest. And there's also I think false understanding that when you start digital marketing to spend thousands straight away. No, you can spend $10-20 a day and still get something out of it. So
and you can turn it on, turn it off. You can adjust it, right? According to your budget. So it doesn't have to be like you have to pay this and that's it.
Exactly. So you can always make tweaks as well. If something isn't working, you figure out why. You break it down. Like maybe a specific element was causing it. Like maybe like your content's not on point, your copy's not good, your landing page isn't good. There's always something that you can improve, which can further optimize it. So just break it down and really understand, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you really understand and make the most out of the opportunity you have to get this huge return on investment from your investment.
That's right. Cool. Sounds good. And this is good for, I guess, the established businesses already running. They've got products, services, and sort of presence in the market. How about what would be your advice for the new startups? Like if someone starting a new business, and I guess one of the best ways to get that business up and running to utilize the digital marketing services. And where do you see the benefit for those startups?
I think for startups, obviously, you don't have a lot of capital to invest straight away. So there's a lot of free tools now that can help you grow. Like LinkedIn is a great tool because of the algorithm. If you post something on LinkedIn, one of your videos, I like your videos, my whole network sees it, and then if someone in my network likes it, their whole network sees it. So it's basically free marketing, right? It's free marketing, it's just a flow-on effect. So if you have something that is really engaging on LinkedIn, it will reward you. So and don't think that the first video you're going to post is going to blow up. So consistency is really important. And eventually, you will get the fruits of your labor. So
I think Gary Vee says he's big on social media and he's big on content creation and big on video creation and all that stuff. So I think one of the things he mentioned that, and I totally agree with him, because exactly that's how I see in my journey as well. He said, first, people are all worried about how am I going to be on the video,
Yeah.
and am I going to be look good or not,
Yeah.
and it's not my thing. And
Yeah.
then somebody asked him the question, and
Yeah.
then he said, "You are gonna look like a shit in your first video."
Yeah.
So don't worry about it, but it will get better. So you just need to keep doing it.
Get
keep
over that
doing it
barrier.
and get over that. Yeah. So first video, no expectation. You don't need to worry about how it's gonna look.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's more about for you to learn, for you to have that experience. It's not gonna be good. It's probably not gonna be the video. A few years later, you will feel embarrassed, which I do. I look at my first video a few years ago. I'm like, oh, I can't even watch it. You know, you get this sort of embarrassment.
Yeah, but you always start somewhere,
exactly.
right? Yeah. And I think not just LinkedIn, even Instagram Reels, TikTok. You know, they have that algorithm where it rewards you for people liking. Saving and sharing your content.
Yeah.
So if you provide value to someone, they're going to save it for later, you know, to see. And if it's, for example, like funny content, relatable content, they're going to share it, and that's how you organically get pushed out, you know.
Yeah.
So and you're not paying anything for it. So you see these videos on Instagram Reels and TikTok with like millions of views. They're not paying for it, you know. They're just getting rewarded for their content, you know. And eventually, someone posts like 50 videos. Say 100 videos and the 101st blows up, you know. So you really can't expect it to be like an overnight success, but just stay consistent.
There's no overnight success.
Eventually,
right?
something will, you know, pay you off. But I think
True.
focus on providing value, and again, coming back to being human. Understand what people want to see, and then craft your content accordingly. You know, don't make it boring. Make it engaging for the person on the other side of the screen. So
I guess you learn in the journey. Like you start doing it, and then you know what you didn't work, and then you improve it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Just you need to start from somewhere.
Yeah. Back to the sparring and kickboxing, right? Like you can do all the like thinking you can, but the real learning is done when you actually start doing. Yeah.
That's right.
Let's take action.
True. Speaking of TikTok, I think the TikTok is still unutilized space, isn't it?
For
like,
businesses, yes, especially in New Zealand, I think. Yeah, it's something that, you know, really, you have a big chance of like blowing up on TikTok if your content is good, you know, because it's quite a big flat platform, and you know there's a lot of users on it, and it's worldwide too. So I think just for general awareness, and then you can have a link to your profiles. From TikTok to maybe like your website or your Instagram page, or you know, there's a lot of ways to drive traffic to wherever you like on TikTok. So definitely a tool that I think will get even bigger as we go forward. And everyone copied TikTok, right? Like Instagram Reels is basically because TikTok blew up, and a lot of these social media platforms are turning into that video space. So
true. I mean, all these other social media platforms sharing videos, and you see the TikTok logo on the corner. So the TikTok videos is shared on all other places as well. So
cool.
And what do you see like people, like what are the common mistakes people do in social media and digital marketing?
Yeah, I think a lot of business owners try and like do it themselves, you know, because either they want to save money, or I understand, like you want to give it a shot first before, you know, you pay someone to do it. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're just throwing the money down the drain, you know. So it's really important to invest in someone who knows what they're doing, and that way you can actually get something out of it, you know. It might be more initially, but if you look at, again, the return that you're going to get from investing into something like that will be much greater than trying to do it yourself and just kind of guesswork, and it's expensive to not get results on social media. So, you know, you really need to make sure, if you don't know what you're doing, outsource it and actually get something from it.
True. Okay. It's like, you know, you wouldn't do a surgery to yourself. If you need a surgery, you have to go to a doctor and surgeon to get it done. So,
for sure. You got it.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, where do you see the digital marketing in the future, moving forward 5 to 10 years time? So do you think
great
it's going to
question,
be
yeah.
a completely different industry? And
I think,
all over
there's
the
definitely
place?
going to be a lot more platforms. I feel like, there'll be a lot more platforms to advertise, your services and your products. And with AI, there's going to be a lot more like tools you can use as well to be creative in like your videography and just general content creation and just everything, man. Like I think AI is going to change the game, not even in 5-10 years, but 2-3 years, we're going to see a lot of new things pop up in that space.
I can't even imagine the 10 years time
I think,
with AI.
To be honest, 10 years, I can't even imagine what's going to happen.
Can't imagine.
But definitely like a very different space for sure in the next 5 years even. Yeah,
speaking of that, what do you think about this new Apple's Vision Pro?
Oh, I saw that. I saw
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's around 8 or 9 grand New Zealand dollars.
Yeah.
And I've seen some previews of how it looks, and it's just, I was just thinking like if more and more people started buying those, imagine like you're just walking around Queen
like
Street.
a Robocop.
Yeah,
right?
walking around Queen Street, everyone's got it on, and it's just like you're basically AI zombies.
Fascinated.
Fascinated. Like if everyone's,
and people are watching something else.
because it's quite it's quite big, like you can see
Yeah.
where you're going and you can see your surroundings. But
I've seen some
Oh, man,
videos
it's-
already. People started
Yeah.
using it in the bus. Somebody was just driving with it.
driving the bus,
No, he's driving his car.
driving the car.
Yeah, he
man.
was stopped by a police and I think got a fine for it.
Yeah, because it's quite a
Was
big,
just
like,
driving
it's
car
quite a
with it.
big, it doesn't look like just your normal sunglasses, It's definitely like a big device
It's like-
that like covers like half your face.
Looks like it come from future. And it's like a half robot and cyber
I mean,
looking like.
yeah,
The guy, the one video I saw it on Facebook, the guy was like in the bus and we're in Apple Vision Pro, and then he's like this, doing all the stuff in the
doing
bus,
the touching,
touching it. And it's a start. I see
Yeah.
whole bus doing that maybe in 2-3 years time or 5 years time.
Yeah.
Incredible. Like it's very fascinating to see like where the technology has come to, but at the same time it's a bit weird.
It is,
Like,
it is,
Where is
yeah.
it going?
Yeah, definitely like
Yeah.
a bit weird for sure. Yeah. So but I'm intrigued. I want to try that. I don't think it's in stores yet, but
Yeah. When it comes to Apple stores, I want
we
to try
might have
that.
to. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it. You're a big fan of AI, but yeah, I mean that's the first version of it as well, and it looks crazy. So just imagine like 5-10 years from now, what kind of devices we're gonna have.
Yeah.
And
Unbelievable.
maybe there'll be like opportunities to do marketing in that. Maybe you could have your little ad on the side of the Vision Pro, and it's a pop up. So and that's direct intention. You can't get rid of that. So I think
and it's very real like images. Like I can literally wear that, and this is just the first one. Like Apple Vision Pro first, like an iPhone first.
Yeah.
Now iPhone 15, 16.
Exactly. Good point.
Imagine the 16
when the first
one.
iPhone came out.
Like probably I can't tell.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah.
You are real Shivain or a ritual Shivain.
Yeah.
So,
No, I see what you mean.
Like it looks like you can wear this one and you can have a virtual friend with us and sit in here exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be
doing a
super
podcast
interesting
together.
to see how like it advances and
Yeah.
what more can you have. What can you even think of that's like more advanced than what we have now? But
That's
I think,
right.
as you said, like iPhone 1 compared to like iPhone 15, right?
That's right.
This is Apple Vision Pro 1.
And it's already incredible.
Exactly, it's already incredible. So
like you can literally set up a whole office in an empty room and then do your work.
Yeah.
And you can have the fanciest screens you want.
Yeah.
6-10 screens you want to.
Yeah.
I think all this TV, all these physical screens, computers and
might not
all
be
that,
needed anymore.
probably will fade away. We won't need them anymore. We'll just wear glasses. We have the screens.
But just imagine like everyone just walking around with that, Then again, like
I
you forget what eyes look like,
Yeah, I think you can dim it down and then you can see a little bit see-through eyes.
Yeah, but still, man, like it's like.
And this is the first
device.
version. I think it's gonna get smaller
and smaller for sure. Yeah.
And at some point, it could be just something in the eye.
Oh, I think that's where we're heading. I think that's where we're heading. You won't even be able to tell that it's.
You just put it there permanently and stays there and charge through your body energy or your energy biologically. I don't know, but it's just going very interesting.
Yeah, I think this is we're not even getting carried away. I think this is just how it's going to be. You know, this is actually how it's going to
And
be.
you can't stop it.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk said, like AI is scary. I think AI is the most dangerous thing against the human being. And the thing is, we can't stop it. Nobody can.
We can't, no.
Because I think we have been as human being or the whole life in the earth, always it's all about growing, all about finding, creating. We can't just stop saying, okay, we are going to stay like this, no more technology, no more anything. It's
advancements will keep on happening
it
with or
just
without
keep
you, right?
happening. So, where do you see social magnet is going to into the future? Where or what is your image for social magnet in the future? Where do you want to see the company be?
Great question. You know, I always put on the spot with this one, you know, to get asked it. But I think just in the next few months, if not years, trying to build a team. You know, this year I really want to get a team. You know, maybe if it's just one or two people, you know, local, and I feel like that's really important to grow the business from here. I definitely need manpower. You know, I need people with me to scale it further, and also I want to hire people who are better than me. You know, like at certain things, because that's how, you know, I'll get to the top. You know, it's not just a solo mission over here. It has to be with the team. So I think, in the next 5-10 years, I see myself with a decent sized team and being one of the top digital marketing agencies.
Oh, awesome.
In the country. Yeah.
Well, once you put it in your mind, I'm sure it can happen.
100%. Yeah.
And I think it's going that direction as well.
Yeah.
Great. Sounds good. Okay, tell me, Shivain, for those interested, how they can connect you to use social magnet services.
If you're in Auckland, I'd love to just meet for a coffee, you know, and just have a bit of a convo about who you are, what you do, and I can tell you how, you know, I'd be a good fit for your company as well. Or you can reach out to me via email, so I can drop the details with Soda just in the description below. Or give me a call. You know, I'm always up for a chat. I think calls are much better than talking through text or email. I love to just, you know, have a conversation over the phone. So just give me a call or reach out, and I'll be happy to assist.
Awesome. Okay, before we finish, can you tell me and tell our audience 5 reasons the social magnet makes difference in the marketplace?
Yeah. You put me on the spot here again many times.
I do.
I think, number one, as we discussed before, is relationship building. So I love to actually understand who you are, what you do, what your needs are, and go from there. So there's also, as I said, like a face behind the brand. You know, you can call me anytime, and you know, you can reach out to me if you have any concerns. So I think that's a key element of my service is I really build a relationship with you. Number 2 would be transparency. You can see, you know, everything in real time, and there's no like hiding anything. You know, I like to be really transparent with my approach and make sure that we're on the same page. And I think that's really important because I am spending your money on your behalf, so you should have everything should be transparent, right? And I'm also, number 3, very educational with my approach. So it is a world that can be quite like the unknown. You know, like a lot of people don't really know how things work in the digital marketing space. So I'm here to actually teach you as well and make you understand like why we're doing certain things and how certain things work, and give you constant updates on changes or trends and everything. So very educational approach. I like to really, you know, keep my clients in the same kind of vision. So number 4 would be affordable rates. You know, I don't scare you with any big figures that, you know, you couldn't afford or wouldn't make sense to invest. I make sure I'm accessible to as many businesses as possible. And number 5 would be to get you an ROI. If you're looking for someone to get you the highest return on every dollar you spend online, then I think Social Magnet is your digital partner. Especially if you're a service-based business who wants lead generation and actually wants to convert these leads as well.
Awesome.
That's me.
Sounds good. great 5 reasons to hire Social Magnet, definitely. Thanks very much, Shivain.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Always good to have you.
To see you again. Yeah.
All right, let's catch up again.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right.